Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. No matter what time of the day you're watching, you're always welcome here at ASMR Builds. Today we've got another LEGO Star Wars set, a very popular build type on this channel. We have our Snowtrooper Battle Pack, complete with 4 minifigures, 3 Snowtroopers and 1 Scout Trooper. This set comes with 105 pieces and retails for about $20 at any store you can find Legos. So without further ado, let's get into it and build our set. Alright, here we go. Very small instruction booklet, but I suppose that makes sense. The set is pretty small. Looks like we not have numbers on these bags, but again, that makes sense considering the size of the build that we will be making. Oh, got a runaway helmet there. Alright, and let's get to building. Now, I think we all know the main attraction of any battle pack, and that is the minifigures. Often they come with clone troopers or stormtroopers, or, well, in this case we have snowtroopers. I remember getting the small $10 packs back in the day with clone gunners and different characters that I still have to this day. It's nice to see LEGO still making these sets. Black on black, the ultimate challenge for building a Lego on a table. Here we are. I love it when Lego makes little modifications to their previous existing weapons like this. Make a nice rifle out of that. There we are. And finally, for our other 3 builds, or minifigures, I should say. I must say, they are sure to include diversity in these LEGO sets, and you know what? I think that's good for them. Especially with these later Star Wars troops. If you're a huge loser nerd like me, you'll know that once they switched over to stormtroopers, they stopped using the clone troop factories. So these are actual just regular recruits instead of clones. So it sort of makes sense that they don't all have the same face like some of the clone LEGO sets do. And it's always nice to just get a variety of different heads instead of getting the exact same one over and over and over again. There's 3, and let's get our Scout Trooper here. This is the most updated version of the Scout Trooper. I have some from previous generations that have a little bit less detail. Those ones are more simplified with black heads for the helmets. Here we go. Alright, and there we go. We got the main attraction of the set down already. Let's show you these different minifigures here for a closer look. Very nice, very nice. We have our new updated Scout Trooper as well. And over to the side we have our 2 normal Snowtroopers. At the end of the video, I might actually pull out some of my old Snowtroopers and a Scout Trooper to do a bit of a comparison to these new generations, because I think that's always fun to do. Alright, let's start the bike. I believe this set has about 3 different small builds. We have our speed bike, which is what we're building right now. There's a mounted gun turret that one stormtrooper can use. And we also have a small snowbank to use for cover for some of the troops. One of the biggest points of discussion behind this set in particular is the price. $20 for about 105 pieces is not LEGO's best output in terms of price to part ratio, that's for sure. I remember back in the days when these sets would be $9.99. It feels a bit ridiculous now to see them as expensive as they are. I do believe that they have been going a little bit too far on their prices lately. But then again, everybody wants it to be cheaper. And at the end of the day, I still bought it. So I can't be too mad about it if I bought it. There we go. This is again a LEGO set from episode 5 of Star Wars, specifically from the Hoth battle at the beginning of the film. That would be of the Empire Strikes Back. The previous set that we built from that movie was the Lego Boba Fett head model that LEGO came out with. but I am perfectly fine with building 2 sets from that film, as it is my personal favorite Star Wars film. This will probably be the 5th or 6th speeder bike I have in my Lego collection already. It tends to be a pretty common build that they include in their sets, their Star Wars sets, that is. They've included quite a few over the years, whether it's a speeder bike from Endor, from Return of the Jedi, or a clone speeder bike from Star Wars The Clone Wars, or just simply, well, a speeder bike from Hoth like we have right now. I'll start to have a small army of these guys here. Whoops. There we go. I also believe I have more Snowtroopers than any other type of army-based figure in my collection. Clone troopers might be able to come close, just our normal base clone troopers, but I think we're starting to catch up there with the amount of Snowtroopers that we have. Which is weird, since the clone troopers tend to appear in a lot more sets than Snowtroopers do. But I guess that's the way the dice have fallen for me, unfortunately. That's not to say that I don't like the Snowtroopers, because I actually do think that their molds and their head designs are very cool, so just take that with a grain of salt. Use some of these droid arms here to make the handlebars for our set. And this is a very small build, so this video shouldn't take too long. But if you are interested in more content, I should have a few other videos that might pique your interest. Whether you're looking for Star Wars or Lego minifigure openings, there's a few more on my channel that you can check out if you're still looking for more content. And would you look at that? We got our classic blaster piece here. This is what they used to use for the Stormtroopers' guns way back in the day. Those were good times. But now I believe it's some sort of, I don't even know. At least for this set anyways, it looks like it's being used for some sort of machinery part of the bike. Maybe a little bit of landing gear or something. It is starting to look like here, to me anyways, that it looks like most of the pieces in this set will be going towards the speeder bike, and few of the other pieces that are left will be what are used for the gun turret and snowbank. Oh, and look at that. We're fully done. I don't know what these small little hinges down here are quite for. Those must be more landing gear as well, I guess. Okay. Very, very simplistic. This is probably one of the smallest speeder bikes I've ever made, to be honest. But, you know, it's serviceable for what it is. You can stick a scout trooper in there to ride the bike. You know, serviceable, but $20, I'm not so sure. But the set's not done yet, so let us press on. Look at that, they even have a little congratulations for the 10 Lego parts that you used to make a speeder. Isn't that nice? Sorry, I don't mean to come across as so cynical, sardonic. I just think that Lego's prices have been a bit much recently. A lot of black in this set, a lot more black than I was expecting, especially for a Hoth set. I suppose we just haven't gotten to the big white pieces so far. Alright, and here we have our Lego stud shooter, as it were. Go. Now these are fairly new to me. These were not the go-to part when they made Legos when I was a kid. So these are a fairly recent addition that I'm still getting used to. But that's not to say that I don't like them. I think they make the playability factor of sets a lot higher. And when Lego is marketed as a children's company, that only makes sense. Alright, not looking too shabby here. Alright, we have this clear tri-studded clippable side piece. I've actually never seen this before. This is an interesting first for me. I must say, I do like the way that this gun turret is being built so far. We got little mini blaster pieces to use as the legs for the turret. I think that's a good design. I think it's a good use of pre-existing pieces, which is something that is important, obviously, when it comes to Lego. Wow, and voila, that's it. With both of these builds, I feel like I reach the end and realize, oh, that's all there is. But then we can, we can load a stud in the top there and shoot him out to the side, which I must say is a very fun little feature. Might not be for everybody, but I quite enjoy it. Alright, we'll set that to the side, along with the ammo, which means we only have the snowbank left to make. Alright, here's where we're going to use the majority of the white pieces. And right off the bat, we placed it wrong. There we go. Much better. Alright, and see here we got a little clip for some binoculars that they've included, which is a nice extra feature. There we go. Very nice. I'm gonna be real here. Lego could probably release a battle pack with 4 characters and what, I don't know, 10 Lego pieces for a side build, and I'm gonna be real, I'd probably still buy it. It's just something about the battle packs that everybody likes. But I think a better example of a battle pack that also came out was the 501st Troop set that came out. You know, the blue clone troopers with the little walking tank and another speeder bike. That one was only $25 though, and I think that was way more worth the money than something like this would be. You know, I could see myself repurchasing that 501st Clone Trooper set, but I can't honestly say that I'd ever want to drop another $20 to get another set like this, even if it did include more minifigures. It's just not in the cards for me right now, or ever. Alright, I suppose oh, whoops, we need one more piece here. Alright, and with that, I suppose we've reached the end of our set. Oh boy, that went by quick. Yeah, I know this is a smaller set, but damn, I do not know if the amount of what's featured in this set is worth the $20 price tag, even with the characters that come with it. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Alright, and so with that out of the way, that would conclude the build that we have here for our Snowtrooper Hoth Battle Pack. I'm a little bit disappointed with the quality, not that the quality's bad, but the quantity of pieces here in comparison to what we've gotten in some other sets. But at the end of the day, it is nice to get some more of these troops, which at the end of the day is really the entire reason for buying this set for me, and I think most people. The side builds are, if anything, just a little companion piece. Alright, so what I've done here is I've put our build to the side here for a minute, and I'd like to compare these troopers with some of the older generations of snowtroopers that we've got here. Alright, so first here we have our two different versions of the scout troopers that we've had over the years. Obviously our 2022 version here, and I can't put a date on this necessarily, but I want to say like early 2010s, maybe 2013, this type of scout trooper. And obviously we can see here he's got no head, got no face. And again with the mask here, it's actually hollow, so that allows you to get the black mask effect once you put the helmet on. And I gotta admit, I've always liked this style of build, using the head to add color to the overall. But I do have to say, nothing is very striking in its appearance. It's got no leg prints. It's very kind of white, and I do think the helmet is a little bit too big, let's say. It does look a bit funky, whereas our new modern version here has a much more detailed helmet. We've got printing on the back here. We've got a shorter visor, which I think makes it look a lot better, and we've even got a printed mouth here, and here we do have a head underneath, which I'm not necessarily not a fan of. It's just something different than from the previous style that we have here. But I mean, if we look at this, we've got different arm colors, which accentuate the torso here, and we've got leg printing. So honestly, it's kind of a no-brainer which one here is the superior version, but we have to pay our homage, we have to pay our respects to the versions that came before it, after all. Alright, and here we have it, the battle for my heart, the three different types of snowtroopers that we have. So let's go ahead like we do with the Scout Trooper and take a look at the original. Again, no printing on the legs and a very simplistic printing on the front, but what we have here with these original snowtroopers that is not present in the new ones is this nice face mask design. Now again, we do have a black head underneath, no face, and that is how we get these blacked out eyes up here. We put the helmet on. But I must say, this nice piece here of the helmet molded in with the backpack is very nice. I like this piece a lot, and I think this was probably the most superior backpack design that we got for snowtroopers ever. So with even a lack of printing, these OG snowtroopers hold up very well. I think the backpack looks great and it fits in very nice, and the backpack's even quite detailed for these old ones. Up here we have our 2015-ish period snowtroopers, and I must say these ones are very nice. We got a new head mold here, or mask mold, with the original, or not original, but a new face printing underneath, and this was used for basically every snowtrooper back in the day, which, like I was saying earlier, is technically not right, considering that snowtroopers were recruited instead of cloned, but that's such a small nitpick that I feel silly even bringing it up. Still no leg printing on here, so that is definitely something to critique. However, we do have these very nice fabric shorts here, or not shorts, but little snow waist capes, I suppose. I don't know what you'd call them particularly, but I must say I really like this addition to these troops. It gives them a lot more personality and character, I think, and I've always liked capes on characters, whether it's a top or a torso or a leg cape, and I really like the inclusion of these that they had back in the day. And we should also point out that they have a backpack as well for this. Oh, our camera's out of focus. Let's see here. We should also point out that these ones had a backpack as well. Although this is not a part of the mask mold, it is in fact just a clip-on that you attach to the back. It's made out of just two pieces. This is our round piece and a flat tile on top with a little bit of backpack printing. And I gotta say, while these backpacks are fine, they're fine, they look okay, the difference between these two is definitely apparent, and I would have to say I'd take the original over this new version of the backpack any day of the week. Not to say I don't like this new backpack, but I think this one looks better. I like the size of it, and we're able to include it on the figure without giving them that extra height that this little clip-on piece does here. And finally, we have our 2022 Snowtrooper. We're still sticking with the same type of mask here, but like I pointed out earlier, we've got different heads for all the characters, which I do appreciate. It's always nice to get a little bit of variety here. Nice printing on the front, nice printing on the torso. We have different hand colors, which is nice to see. We got the nice little kind of dark beigey kind of color. I must say I like that a lot. And we got nice back printing here as well, but there are no backpacks featured on these Snowtroopers, and I must say that that is a big hit for me on these new versions of them. Whether or not you like the new mask or the torso printing, you have to admit that the backpack is one of the most important parts of the Snowtrooper. It's kind of iconic. So to leave them off of them, I must say I'm a little disappointed about that. Given my choice between all three of these different types, I'd probably say that I don't think one stands out as being supremely bad over the other ones. I think they've each got their own different qualities that are pretty decent, actually. But if I had to pick one as my favorite, I'd probably pick the mid-2000s, 2015-ish era, just because we got this nice, these little fabric waists, and the backpack. Even though I'm not a super fan, I also don't mind it, and I do like these new printings for the masks that they came out with. However, I do think they look a little flat at times, in comparison to the old. Oh no, come on. I do think that these new masks look a little flat in comparison to the originals, so I think the originals running pretty close here for me as a contender for my #1 favorite. You just can't beat the classics. But at the end of the day, I like all of the variations that they've come out with. I don't think that there's one bad one. I think they've all got their own strengths. Alright, and with that, that does it for our Snowtrooper Battle Pack. Overall, I like the new figures that they have. I could always use more Snowtroopers, and the builds are fine, but they're nothing memorable. They're nothing I really feel the need to display at all. The turret gun is nice. It's a nice prop to use, and I think it could come in handy with different original creations. But again, I mean, another snow speeder. We've had so many of these over the years. Overall, this is a decent set. It's nothing that will blow your socks off, but if you want any of these new updated Snowtroopers, I think it is worth getting, despite the $20 price tag. But thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a nice, relaxing time. If you'd like to leave a comment down below, let me know what you think of this set. Let me know what you think of the new designs of the Snowtroopers, and let me know what you want to see me build next. I will be back next week with another video for you guys, so stay tuned and have a good day.